for this trap shit. Sergeant Smack making backflip. Telly Hank did with the action. With the Vato speaking Spanish. Frank Matthews, how I vanish. Poof. Came back like I'm King Tut. Gold BBS is on a beamer. When Fat Cat was 10 queens up. Ball off the profit, not the re-up. Fly like Puerto Rican Jesus. Uptown like I'm Baby Maine. Just caught a touchdown from the Bay.
33 years ago, and Jeff came down when he said, you know, I have an opportunity. Just released our record. Girls are rolling up in trouble. And we're going on tour, but it's a great opportunity for you to see the world. And I told Jeff I need to talk to my lawyer because I had 2 of the cases. I didn't know where, you know, the status of the cases where they were.
2 cases?
No, cases. Cases. Street pharmaceutical cases.
No, I thought one was a weapons charge, Charlie.
No, there were 2 gun cases. No, 2 drug cases.
Drug cases, okay. So you got off on the gun charge.
Tell you who Charlie Mack is. Here's our homeboy from around the block. He's regarded through the city as a hip-hop cop. Height about 6'6", weight about 290. Everywhere I go, Charlie Mack is right behind me.
The activist Charlie Mack was held up this morning at a gas station and managed to convince the bandit that the bandit had made a poor choice in a target. Action News reporter Catherine Scott is live at 37th and Girard in West Philadelphia. Catherine, what's the story?
Well, Jim, Charlie Mack said he had just finished filling up at this pump when he went over to open his front door and an armed man appeared and demanded cash. Not only did Charlie Mack end up overpowering the man, but the community activist said it made him even more determined to spread a message of peace.
So he jumps on me and he puts the gun in my side.
But Charlie Mack wasn't going to go quietly. Charlie dedicates much of his time speaking out against violence in the community, like his signature event, Party for Peace, that he holds every year. And now he was being attacked himself outside the Sunoco in West Philadelphia.
Yeah, I'm the wrong person to do that with. If anything, I'm trying to help you out. You know what I mean? I'm not trying to pull you, I'm trying to help you out. And then you're going to take from me what I'm trying to give.
Charlie says he grabbed the 200-pound man's forearm to get the 9mm gun he was pointing at him. A fight ensued. The man scratched Charlie's face and sunk his teeth into Charlie's finger. Charlie shows us how he wrestled the gun off him. The man got away, but with no gun and empty-handed. There is a security camera at the gas station. In this exclusive video obtained by Action News, you see police arriving shortly after, but authorities are still looking to see if the camera captured an image of the would-be robber, and they're interviewing eyewitnesses. As for Charlie, he believes the man should just surrender.
You're about the dumbest criminal in the world. I took your gun from you, so your fingerprints is all over. So my suggestion to you is turn yourself in, period.
And Charlie Mack is offering a reward in connection with this case, which he says is north of $5,000. That scratch on his face and the bite on his finger are the extent of his injuries, but he did get a tetanus shot just in case. We're live in West Philadelphia. Catherine Scott, Channel 6 Action News.
He thinks he owns me. He actually basically jumped in front of a bullet for me before. He literally like ran toward a guy who was shooting.
I went on and traveled the world with Will Smith. It was important that we make sure that Philadelphia stays on the map in the tri-state area. Because of course Jalil's from Chester, so we want to get the tri-state area. So again, this is a young man that's out here trying to do his thing. I feel like with my resources and the relationships that I have, we can actually come together and make something great happen. So this is staying in Philadelphia. We're not going to sell. And again, even though we're doing a deal, we're doing a partnership with T.I. You know what I mean? So if people want to know what's happening with the Grand Hustle situation, our thing is that we're going to take care of ourselves. You know what I mean? But we're going to partner up and do business with others. So that's why it's 215 affiliated. Okay, so again, so just so you're clear about what's going on with us. We're actually doing our own thing. We all self-funded, you know what I mean? But we want to do business with my man Tip. You know what I mean? We're honoring him. He stepped up yesterday and said he didn't want to show, and that's a big thing that actually is important to me is loyalty. You know what I mean? So you go and, because we turned down about 4 or 5 deals already. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Because again, I'm saying they're offering, you know, right now, you know, you offer you about $300,000. That's not going to get it. You know what I mean? You know, Drake didn't prove that you can do it without going into the building. You know what I mean? And my thing is that I got enough resources to make it happen on that level right there. And again, $300,000, you get 150. Uncle Sam, you ass out. Miko had to work at Walmart. Jalil had to work pushing goddamn carts. You know what I mean? And for me, you know what I mean, that's just not where we at with it.
Now I'm about to tell y'all the story about how a hustler parlays his way into history. Philly, what up though? Shillab Popalot. Salute the almighty MOBB. Now a lot of times in my direct messages, I get people asking, why you only cover the bad side? Or do you cover any success stories? See, the thing about the streets is kind of like the feds, and parallel to it. There are not too many people that beat the odds. But if you're looking for a success story on Mob Ties, this is going to be it. Now, to say Charlie Mack Alston has been a staple in the Philadelphia music scene for the last 40 years would be an understatement. But it didn't start out that way. And it was a long way from him having a basketball bounced off his head and spinning Will Smith in the opening scenes of the iconic TV show Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Now, according to Charlie Mack, who would grow up in a single mother home in West Philadelphia in the 1970s, he would begin hustling on the streets as early as the age of 13 and even running numbers at 11. Well, at that age, most kids are playing tag and hide and go seek and shit like that. And even if they hustling, they doing it for a jacket or some new sneakers or a wardrobe. But Charlie, who Will Smith would say in the song immortalizing him, was about 6'6" and weighed about 290, was into sports, and he would say in an interview that he would use his proceeds to fund his league as well as furnish his team with new uniforms. Looking back at his life, it seemed that Charlie would get his first glimpse of his future life in 1978 when he would host a party in his mother's basement that would draw anywhere from 250 to 300 teenagers, saying that would be all from word of mouth and him passing out flyers. By the early 1980s, he would go from his mother's basement to the big leagues when he would take on the role of road manager and security for a rapper by the name of MC Breeze. By the mid-1980s, crack would explode on the scene and be in nearly every big city. Charlie, who had one eye with industry visions and one eye on the streets, would find his chance at making history almost taken away in July of 1987 when he would face 2 back-to-back drug arrests in less than 30 days, the first being on July 7th, 1987, and the second being towards the end of the month on July the 30th. And in almost what seems like an act from God, he would bump into an old friend, a guy by the name of Jazzy Jeff Towns. During my research, I would see different explanations on how the two actually met, some saying that they went to school together, some saying that Charlie actually booked Jazzy Jeff for some of the parties that he had been throwing. By that time, Jazzy Jeff would link up with Will Smith and go on to form DJ Jazzy Jeff and the Fresh Prince, and they had been set to go on a world tour with Run DMC, EPMD, and several other groups. Jeff would offer Charlie a job, and the rest would be history. Through a romantic relationship that he would have with Philadelphia shock jock Mimi Brown, he would meet a lot of up-and-coming talent in the city, and he was said to be the person responsible for discovering the group Boys to Men and bringing them to Michael Bivins. And if you want to talk about more recently, he would have some sort of managerial position with Meek Mill early on in his career. And though he's considered the big brother of Philly, his reach extends way out of the city. He's even credited with executive producing the 2007 blockbuster film starring T.I., ATL. So before the years of uploading your music directly to the internet and bypassing the record labels, he was probably the person in Philly you wanted to get your demo to. Now, y'all make sure y'all hit the red bell and subscribe button right under this video so y'all know when this real trill spill shit is dropping. Y'all get in the comment box. Y'all let me know what cities we need to go to, what stories we need to tell, what we got wrong, what we missed, all of that. Y'all tapping with me directly. Instagram, Twitter, POP_A_LOT. And until the re-up, y'all know the rundown. Stay down. Shades Popalot. Salute the almighty MOBB.